Hi, my name is Pranav. Today I'm going to demonstrate about creating a company code and how the situation or scenarios will be in the live project. Now, first and the foremost, I'll show you what is a blueprint. A blueprint is a document. After we are doing the detailed requirement analysis of the company, we will create the blueprint and we will give it to the client, and client has to review this blueprint and he has to certify the blueprint is correct. It is similar to constructing our building. Okay, before we are doing the construction, we will do the take the analysis, we'll take the requirement from the building owner, and we will make a rough sketch how the building will look like. Similarly, in SAP also, we will create the blueprint before we are going for a configuration step. This is the example of the blueprint. This is the actual blueprint. We have changed the name. Okay, this is almost like a real time only. Okay, now first, after we are doing the detail analysis, we have to give the purpose of this document, intended audience, and current distribution of this document, how this document has been distributed. Then about introduction, what is this company is all about, where we are implementing the SAP, where and all branches are there, the whole bird eye view of that particular company. Then books of accounts, then technical organization structure and the client and what company and company code. From here your company code will start playing the role. Then what is the credit control area, chart of depreciation, then controlling area, then chart of accounts, how your chart of accounts should be, and you have to do the detailed analysis of all those things. And taking the requirement is an art, and it is a very patient game. You have to know each and everything how a manufacturing industry or any other organization will perform. Okay, this will be the list of GL accounts. And how you have to maintain the retained earnings account, tolerances for GL accounts, okay, and regrouping of receivables and payables, and how many house banks, what all the banks they are maintaining the accounts, you need to ask your client and you have to take all the details. Then in case your client is an exporter, how the currencies will be handled, and in which all the countries he does the exports, everything you have to take care of. And taxes on purchase and sales, how your taxes will be handled, this inclusive of your value added tax, your service tax, your TDS, everything. In case they have central excise, that also you have to incorporate in the blueprint. Okay, this is the sample blueprint which, okay, now let us go for configuration of the company code. How to do the company code implementation? First and the foremost, you have to log into the SAP. Okay, now you have to come to /n SPRO. Click on SAP reference IMG. IMG stands for implementation guide. The configuration can be achieved either by the T code or on the menu path. Both the ways, whichever the way you feel comfortable, you can do it. Say IMG path is enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting, define, copy, delete, check company code. This is the path. Alternatively, you can go for OX02. Whichever the way you feel comfortable, you can able to do it. Okay. Now I'll go with the T code 02 OX02. Then I'll click on the new entries. I'll give the company code. The best practice is always you have to go for numeric keys. I'll give the company name as SGR Exports. Okay, city is Bangalore, then country is IN, currency is INR, language is English. Then click on address button. Now select the title as company, SGR Exports. Okay, then search term is how you want to search your company code. You can give SGR, then street, house number, postal code and city, all you can give in real time. Okay, country is IN India. Press enter. Now click on save. Again enter. Now this is a new project. Whenever you are going for a new project implementation, your transport request should be the new. Okay, now I'm going to give the short description. Project SGR Exports. Okay, company code 8181. You have to follow certain discipline here. Okay, whenever you see your transport, you should able to figure it out. Yes, this transport has been configured by me. Okay, click on save, then press enter. Now we have created the company code. We'll see what is next. Next is assign company code to fiscal year variant. It happens in OB37. You will find data was saved. Okay, please come here, OB37. Now click on position. Please enter your company code. Now I will assign V3. What do you mean by V3? V3 means April to March. In my coming demos, I am going to give a detailed description as to how you need to create the fiscal year variant. Okay. Now click on save. Make sure you select the same project. Okay. Click on save. We have assigned the fiscal year variant. Okay, fiscal year variant means when your books of accounts will begin and when your books of accounts will be closed. Generally in India it is April to March. Next is define posting period variant, OBBO. Click on new entries 8181. You can give 8181 variant. Okay, click on save. Now we'll see what next. Define posting period variant is over. Next, open and close posting periods. This happens in OB52. What I'll do, I'll copy from the existing one 8136. You can copy it from either 1000 or 0001. I'll select all this 8136, then click on copy. I'll change this to 8181. 8181 8181 8181 8181 8181. Say plus means all. A stands for assets, D stands for customers, K stands for vendor, M stands for material, S stands for general ledger. This is the meaning of it. Say from period 1 means April, the year is 2016, 12 that is March 2017, 13 to 16 is a special periods. Okay, in special periods is allowed only for finance people where they have to do a lot of adjustments, say like provisional entries and depreciation entries can be passed between 13 and 16. Okay, that is the reason they had given special periods. So press enter. Okay, click on save. This is how we can create open and close posting periods. Say here I had given 01 stands for April, 02 stands for May, like that till March it is 12. Again after the March 13th is called the special periods. In SAP it allows 4 special periods for doing the book adjustments. As I told you, A stands for assets, D stands for debtors or customers, S stands for general ledger, K stands for creditors or suppliers, M stands for materials. Next is assign posting period variant to the company code OBBB. OBBB. Please come. Click on position 8181. Please assign that variant 8181. Click on save. Okay, this job is over. Next, very important, this is creation of document number ranges. So this happens in FBN1. So I'll do /n FBN1. Now what I'll do, I'll copy it from the previous company 8136 to 8181. So the document number ranges have been copied. I'll explain to you what it is. Say we have different document types in SAP. AA stands for asset posting, the number range is 01. AB is accounting document, number range is 01. AF is a depreciation posting, the number range is 04. Then DF is customer credit memo, that is 16. CX is vendor invoice. CX or KR, I mean KR is vendor invoice also. Then DR, DZ. So if you watch this table, you can able to make out. Say KG stands for vendor credit, the number range is 17. KN net vendors 01. KR vendor invoice 19. KZ vendor payment 15. SA is a general accounting document, it stands for 01. X2 sample document. X1 recurring entry. Okay. WL stands for goods issue delivery 49. Then RN, like that we have various document types. You can go through that in detail. Next is maintain field status variant. See here in field status variant we will make which all the entries we need to suppress, we want to make it mandatory, or we have to display only. Okay, this is another very critical configuration /no bc4. Now what I'll do, I'll select, please do this configuration very carefully, select 001. Okay, click on copy. Now what you have to do, remove this 8181, then field status group for company code 8181, press enter, then copy all. You will get the message 41 entries have been copied. Okay, now most of the people, what they do, they don't click on save. You have to click on the save unless and until it has to be saved. That company code record has to be existed in the table, means you have to save it. Now what it contains, 8181, so select 8181, double click on field status group. You have various field status group. This will be helpful while you are creating the general ledgers. Okay, now you just double click on this, then double click on general data. See, this field is, we can suppress, we can make it a required entry, we can make it an optional entry. This how we are going to implement this in detail. I'm going to take it in further classes. Okay, now we will see, next is assign company code to the field status variant. This happens in OBC5. Please come /BC5. Now click on position 8181. So field status variant is 8181. Click on save. Okay, now we'll see what is the next configuration. Next is tolerance groups for employees. This happens in OBA4. Now again select 0001, click on copy, just change your company code. Okay, click on save. Next is a business area OX03. What do you mean by business area? Business area is nothing but you can call it as to be, I mean, to give example, business area is almost similar to the different departments. Or suppose you are producing a shoe, a t-shirt, or any other garments, you can segregate the business area accordingly. So in our case, what I'll do, 818A, I can give it as truck. Suppose you take an example of Tatas. Okay, say you can give mid-size truck. Okay, next 818B, small size, sorry, small size truck. 818C, passenger car. 818D, large size truck. Okay, 818E, military trucks. Tatas also will produce a military trucks called Shaktiman. You might have seen it is going on the roads. Okay, this is what we call business area. See, business area, it depends on client to client. It is, there is no hard and fast rule you have to do like this only, but we have to ask the client how we need to do. So next is chart of accounts is OB13. So in OB13, now click on new entries. 8181 8181 chart of accounts. The language is English. Okay, the length of the GL account number is 6. Then click on save. Okay, this is chart of accounts is over. Next, assign company code to chart of accounts. This happens in OB62. Click on position 8181. So assign chart of accounts 8181. Click on save. So the chart of accounts has been created. Next is define account group. This is very important. See, this account group, it depends on country to country. So you have to ask the client how you want the account group. Okay, in India we will create this account group based on the Companies Act. Okay, whichever the other countries you want to go for implementation, you have to have asked their auditors, internal auditors or external auditors. So you have to be very careful in creating the account groups. Okay, so this happens in OBD4. So here we will create account group based on the Indian Companies Act. Okay, so I'll copy it from the previous company code so that I can save some time. How to copy it from the previous company code? You have to click on position and enter the previous company code, or whatever the company code which is already existed, you can copy it from that. Click here. So select one by one. Make sure you select all the rows. Okay. Yeah, I've selected all the rows. I clicked on copy. Now what you have to remove? You have to remove 8136. Make 8181. Okay. So 8181. So remove this 8181. Press enter. Remove this 8181. 8181. This will take little time. Some more are there. Yeah, so you have to click on save. Don't forget, otherwise whatever you have done, it will not be saved. This is how you can able to create the account group. Say general convention what we follow is liabilities will start from 1 lakh, asset will start from 2 lakh series, income starts from 3 lakh series, expenses start from 4 lakh series. This is the convention what we use for implementation. Next is retained earnings account. What is a retained earnings account? It is an account which calculates either the profit or loss. Okay, this happens in OB 53, B53. Now chart of accounts is 8181. Then X is a reserved word. You have to enter X. Again, come here, open the new session and check your account group. Account group is OBD4. Click on position 8181. Make sure, see, this is from reserves and surplus. So this number range starts from 100, 200. Please enter 100, 200 here. Press enter. You will get a warning. Okay, now press enter, then click on save. Right, we have created content groups. Retained earnings also over. Now define company. A company is above company code. A company can have a multiple company codes. It is a group of companies. How we need to define? So this happens in OX15. OX15. Okay, now click on new entries. The company is 8181 group, or else 81, one more 81. Yeah, so it will be 6 digits. You can give it as SGR groups. Okay, you can give the address, city, all those things. Country is IN, English, and INR. So click on save. Now we will see what is next step. Assign company codes to the company. This happens in OX16. OX16. Now press enter. 8181. Click on position. Now the company code is 818181. Okay, now press enter. Again position. I have one more company code, so that is 8136. So what I'll do, I'll assign 818181. So this company has got two company codes. It can have a number of company codes. Okay, this is how you can assign company code to the company. Say whenever you want to enter the default text, how you need to do this is very important. Okay, prior to doing this, I'll create two GL accounts. Okay, so that it will be easy for you to understand how to create the GL accounts. FS00. Wait for some time. Now what I'll do, I'll remove the company code and enter my company code 8181. Now I want to see what is the number range for expenses, direct expenses. In our case it is 400, 200. What I'll do, 400, 200. click on create button. Okay, now come to the drop down, select direct expenses. So direct expenses is always a profit and loss account. I'll give conveyance account. Okay, conveyance account. Okay, click on control data tab, then line item. What is line item? I'll in the next coming classes I'll explain to you what is line item in detail. Okay, create bank interest. Field status group is G001. Click on save. Next we will create the cash account. The cash account number range is 2,03,000. So I'll come here, 2,03,000. Click on create. Click on this one. Okay. Say select cash in hand. Cash in hand is a balance sheet account. So I'll give cash account. Okay. Cash account. Control data tab. Only balances in local currency. Then 001. So cash and bank is the field status group is G005. See, this is G005. Always for cash and bank you have to enable relevant to cash flow checkbox. Click on save. Now we will go for how to do this configuration. Okay, now OB56. So I'll come to OB56. What I'll do is, just a moment, click on new entries. Now what I'll do, click on new entries, say 818. Okay, you can give narration being conveyance and paid to, and leave it blank. Click on save. So please remember this 818. Okay, how to use this? So F-02 okay, press F4, give today's date. Okay, then debit F4, select conveyance account, wait for some time, say 1,600 rupees we paid the conveyance. Now that whatever the text we have entered, it has to come automatically. How we need to test that? Okay, now we'll come here. Now in the narration you have to press F4, then select 818. Okay, press enter. See, being conveyance paid to Mr. Ram. See, this will save the time. This is how we can use. Then 50, press F4, select cash account, press star. Okay, now value date, press F4, then business area, press F4 here. So which business area we have paid? Okay, now click on search 818. Say whether we have paid to mid-size truck or a small size truck or a passenger car, which one, for which one we have paid. Okay, now to copy the text you have to press plus here, so automatically it comes. Then Alt D, simulate. So click on save. So this is how you have to implement the company code, the company, everything. See, there is no item category assigned to the chart of accounts. This problem you should know how to fix it. Slash n spro, okay, reference img. Now financial accounting new, okay. Now next is financial accounting global setting new, then document, okay. Not a document, then business transaction, no, general ledger accounting new, then business transactions, then document splitting, activate document splitting. This configuration you need to do when you have an error. So while saving the document, SA document, if you get item category does not exist, then only you have to do, otherwise there is no need for you to do this. Okay, then deactivate per company code, click on position 8181, okay, make it inactive, then click on save. We will test now again. F1 02, okay, select the date, right, then enter 1800, okay. Now text, press F4, you can select 818, right, pay to Mr. Ram, right, then 50, press enter, then star, give value date, then plus, right, then alt T, then simulate, then click on save. So wait for some time. This how you can able to configure the company code, the company and other related configurations. Okay, in case you want real-time experience, please do contact me at my country code 918123999977. I repeat, my country code is 918123999977, or you can shoot me a mail at sappranu at gmail.com, sappranu at gmail.com. Thank you for listening and viewing my demo.